Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing something exciting, something I've wanted to do for a while. I am going to be doing a 24-hour readathon slash how many books, how much can I read in 24 hours. The sun is setting right now, so the lighting is changing rapidly. Sorry about that, but I'm just gonna read until I hit the 24-hour mark, like in different days. So today I might be reading for 3 hours, tomorrow I might be reading for 2, and then count until I get 24. And so I'm filming this straight after I just ended my last video, so we're jumping straight into the book that I was reading. And if you have not seen that video, that book is A Court of Winks and Ruin by Sarah J Maas. I talked a bit about it in the last video, but to summarize, I have not understood the hype the first 2 books, but reading this one, I am in love. Feyre has entered her bad bitch era. She's plotting, she's doing all these things, and I think she's finally filling out her potential. Like, honestly, I love a strong female character, and we finally have that. So I'm definitely gonna continue reading today. I'm currently chapter 16, page 157, so not that far yet. It's a 700-page book. A little scary, but put on my timer when I start, and then we'll see how long I read for today. It's been quite a few days since I last updated you, but it is Saturday today and I am almost finished with A Court of Winks and Ruin. I don't remember when I last updated you guys, but I'm currently on page 567. What? I only have 130 pages left. I thought it was more. I'm gonna try to see if I can finish this tonight. Hopefully I will. I think I can. Honestly, by far the best in the series so far. I really enjoy this. I will say, I think that I enjoy like the plotting and strategic scenes a bit more than the war scenes, and we are getting into the war scenes. I think that's also why I love The Cruel Prince, because it's not that much like war, it's much more strategic and like plotting things. I just have to calculate real quick how many hours I've been reading because my stopwatch on my phone keeps resetting. I start a timer and I'll take a screenshot of it when I'm done. I've been reading for 8 hours and 8 minutes so far. Let's see if I can finish this tonight, or else I'm just gonna finish it tomorrow, but I'll update you when I finish. Hey guys, so it is today, Sunday the 25th, and I did not end up reading that much yesterday actually. I am currently on page 608, which means I have about 90 pages left. In a minute, I'm gonna go to the bookstore actually, because there's this book that I really want to read. Like, these last couple days, I've just really been wanting to read it. It's always been a book that I was like, nah, I don't want to read that one, but I know what happened these past couple days, so I just wanted to have it on my shelf, so I'm ready to pick it up when I want to read it. I have now read for almost 9 hours, I'm pretty sure. I hate that I have to do the math every time because I just hate it. Yeah, but I'm gonna do a little book haul when I get home because I also got some books yesterday. So I just arrived home. It is about like 2 o'clock and I got a book. The book that I went for today is If He Had Been With Me by Laura Nolan. The second one just came out, and like the last couple days I've just had such an urge to read it, so now I bought it so I can read it. I'm not sure what it's about. Okay, so it says that they were like, Autumn and Finn, they used to be like inseparable, but then something happened and now they do not speak. That's always just interesting. I mean, that was the same with Love and Other Words. It was kind of the same thing. I gave the book 5 stars when I read it. I've been reading quite a few fantasy books, so I feel like it's time for a good old palate cleanser, even though I've been talking about nonstop that I am tired of romance, but a good old high school romance. Yesterday, I also got a book, and that is Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. Do I even have to explain to you guys what this book is about? Like, everyone knows this book. This is probably the most popular book in 2023. Like, again, one of those books I didn't think I would ever read, and then suddenly had the urge to pick it up. I don't know if this is gonna be like one of my next reads, but I'm really happy that I have it on my shelves. I've been thinking about doing maybe a reading vlog. It's basically about like dragon riders, about a girl who was suddenly to become a dragon rider, and then she starts at this like college thing to become a dragon rider. I don't know much more than that, honestly. These are 2 books that I'm adding to my little book collection, but now I'm just gonna continue with Aquar, hopefully finish that book. I really want to start this one today, so yeah, I don't know, let's see if we can finish Aquar. I only have 90 pages left, so I feel like a lot is gonna happen, so Hey guys, so it is a little later today and I finished A Court of Wings and Ruined by Sarah J Maas. I tackled this break in like a week. I've never been more proud of myself. I will say this is definitely my favorite in the series. This book, it was so good. For most of it, I could not put it down. I just wanted to pick it up all the time. I will say the last 200 pages was a little harder to get through just because those pages are more like war scenes, where the first like 500 pages is very much strategic and plotting and everything, and I love that. It's not a 5-star, I will say. I don't think any book in the series will ever be a 5-star for me. The 5-star vibes, like, I just don't get them, but I do really enjoy the series and I understand why people love it so much. Personally, I'll probably rate this book a 4 or 4.25. But let's see how long it took me. I have to do the math real quick. Okay, I'm a little confused right now because I feel like this is a little fast. But I think it took me 9 hours and 36 minutes. So that's a good amount of time. So I think it's time that we move on to our next read to see if we can actually get to some books. But I obviously went to the bookstore today. So instead, I'm gonna start If He Had Been With Me by Laura Nolan? I don't know. So yeah, this book is like what? 380 pages, about that. The cover's actually so pretty and it's like this like matte texture. I don't know how to describe it, but I'm really in the mood for this right now, so hopefully that won't ruin it for me. I also don't think that this is like a very fun cutesy romance. It's a little more, I don't know, sad. I've heard there's like a tragedy in this. Okay, so I have just read the first 2 chapters, which is like 10 pages or something. I just wanted to quickly comment on the writing. I feel like I really like the writing so far. I know I've literally read 10 pages. Imagine if I'm gonna hate this book. It's very easy to understand. It's very like direct. I don't know how to explain, but I really like the writing of this. I used like no brain power. This feels so YA and I love it, but it's not like a cringy YA. I feel like there could be like just the writing style makes me think there's gonna be layers to this book. If that makes sense. I don't know. I'm gonna continue reading. Hey guys, it is now the next day and I ended up reading for quite a while yesterday. Like, I read for 2 hours and 20 minutes in this yesterday, and then today at school I read for 55 minutes. I've read for about 14 hours in total now. I am currently on page 242. It's really funny because this book is like 400 pages and it has the same amount of chapters as Echo War did, and that book is 700 pages. So that's insane. I'm a little more than halfway and so far I'm really enjoying this, or else I would not have been able to read that many pages. I don't know what it is about this book. I think I'm gonna finish it and then give a more in-depth review. It's just, I don't know how to explain it. Like, the writing is so easy to understand. The characters, everything is just so easy to understand. You just go with the flow. It's just about this girl, Autumn. You follow her through her years in high school, where she's like kind of a misfit, but she still finds her group of friends. She also gets like a boyfriend. It talks about like her former best friend who lives next door, and they still have to see each other because they're like mothers or best friends. And I thought that something had happened and that was why they didn't talk, but they actually just outgrew each other. This book just feels so real. It feels like something that could definitely happen in real life, but it still has some really good points to it. I don't know what it is. I just really enjoy it. So I'm definitely gonna finish it today, I think. I've heard it has a tragic ending. One girl in my class also read this book and she was like, did you read that? Update, you guys probably want to finish the book because I don't have much left and I am obsessed. Can you like tell I'm crying? I know the lighting is terrible. I just wanted to update you guys real quick. I'm on page 373, chapter 82. I have what, like 17 pages left. I'm crying, and it's not even because like anything sad has happened. Quite the opposite. I don't know why. Like I've been crying so much. I don't know why. I can't explain like what I love about it and why I feel such strong feelings toward this book. I just do. I don't know what. And I'm so scared because everyone says this has like a tragic ending and there's 17 pages left. I'm gonna finish this. I just wanted to update you guys because I cannot explain my feelings towards this. I finished the book and I can't even. I had foreseen the ending, like throughout almost the entire book. And I'm still looking like this. I really thought that I thought for so long I would not read this book because I thought I wouldn't enjoy it. 5 stars, easily 5 stars. We'll talk tomorrow. I can't right now. Hey guys, so as you saw yesterday, I finished If You Had Been With Me, and I have been crying all the time today. This book has consumed my TikTok, and I cry every time I see a TikTok, so I think I have read for exactly 14 hours and 36 minutes, which means it took me precisely 5 hours. I'm not really gonna talk about it just because I can't explain why I love this book so much. I just do, and I love the characters in this one. The whole like childhood best friends growing apart, like there was just so many things, and this book just felt so real. It just felt so real that it hurt me so much. I don't know what it is. I've already picked out my March TBR, so don't know if I should pick a book from that. I have The Fine Print by Lauren Asher, which is the first book in the Dreamland Billionaire series, and I've been thinking about reading this for some time now. I also have another book, could be You and Me on Vacation by Emily Henry. I have never read an Emily Henry book. I did try to start this at one point, but I never got into it. This is like such a tough choice. Okay, wait, let me... No, actually I could. I've been thinking if I should choose this book. I could choose to read A Court of Frost and Starlight by Sarah J Maas, just because this is a novella. 230 pages about characters that I already know. I know like the storyline, everything. So this could be very easy for me instead of jumping into a new world with new characters. So I actually think I'd rather read this book. It's actually insane that this is the second to last book in the ACOTAR series so far. I've heard very mixed reviews. Either people hate it or they love it. So I'm kind of excited to see if it's going to be really boring or whatever. I really enjoyed ACOWAR, as you saw. So let's see what I think of this book. Hi guys, I know this is not like the best angle ever, but I have not been reading that much today. It is currently like what, 9:30 or something, and I have been reading about 40 pages, and this was just taking me 45 minutes. I did plan on reading a lot tonight, but I have had some trouble transferring or uploading my last video in like a good quality. I don't know what has been happening, and it's so annoying. But while I am trying to figure that out, I thought that I would annotate A Court of Wings and Ruin, because when I was reading it on my Kindle, I did highlight quite a few things, so I think I'm gonna tab it and put it in my physical copy. So yeah, I have to go find the tab that will fit this book the best. We have some pink and some yellow, so I think that is the color scheme that I'm gonna go with. Hey guys, so it is now the next day, and I did not end up reading anymore yesterday. I did go to the bookstore today. As you obviously have seen, I finished If You Had Been With Me, and this book has it has broken. I have been crying for the past 48 hours since I finished this book. I see so many things in the female protagonist Autumn in myself. It was perfect, so I had to go get the second book that just came out, If Only I Had Told Her. I'm gonna start this today, and I'm gonna be reading it alongside A Court of Frost and Starlight. I have tennis practice today, so I think after that I'm gonna read this book, because then I have time to really unwind, sit and bawl my eyes out in my bed. I'm so excited. I'm also scared. I know I'll be crying so much, so that is gonna be painful, but I had to read it. Like I cannot get over these. It makes me so sad. Just the title, If Only I Had Told Her. Yeah, if only you had told her, then everything would have been different. I also got 2 other books. First is Magnolia Parks by Jessa Hastings. I've been told if you love Gossip Girl, you should read these books. It's kind of toxic love, I'm pretty sure. So I'm really excited to get into this one. This is also a book that I never thought I would read until the last couple days, couple weeks. I've been wanting to read it. But yeah, I really like the old covers, so I'm really excited that I got it. The last book that I got is A Thousand Boy Kisses by Tilly Cole. Again, a book I never thought I would read, but I've heard people say this is a very sad book, and because of that, I need to read it. I don't know why. Like, after reading If You Had Been With Me, I'm just in the mood to read sad, toxic love stories, so I'm pretty sure this is also like children's best friend. I don't know, I've seen people cry when reading this book, so I hope I will too. If I get to read before I go to practice, I'm gonna read In a Court of Frost and Starlight, and then when I come home I'm gonna start If Only I Had Told Her, because I cannot wait. These are the books. I love them. I'm so excited to read these. Hey guys, I have now been reading quite a bit since I updated you guys last, and I'm almost done with the 24 hours. I have now read for 23 hours and 11 minutes. A few days ago, I finished A Court of Frost and Starlight. To give a quick brief review of the book, I think it was a lot of fun reading about the characters while there wasn't like a huge war or something. In this one, you just kind of read about their everyday life or their life after the war, while some of the scenes, some of the things that happened still had something to do and were like important things to the story, if that makes sense. So that was really fun. This was a very cute, fun read. I think it's important that you read this book. Then I also started If Only I Had Told Her by Laura Nolan, and I'm actually almost done with it. I'm on page 332, which means I have about 60 pages left. This book actually also has Autumn's POV in it, which I didn't know, and I also found out today that it's actually not Laura who wrote it, because Laura was like, I cannot write this book, like, I cannot. The writing is very different, where, as I talked about the first one, it's very much like conversation and her telling her story throughout high school, where this is more of a book where we experience the things with the characters, and it's more so about like, obviously we had some of Finn's point of view. Definitely do not love this as much as love the first one, but I still think it's a fun add-on. I think it could be kind of healing to read this after reading the first one, also because this does like talk about how Jack and Autumn deals with their grief. Yeah, it's very different from the first one. Not necessarily in a bad way, it's not like bad, it's just... But I'm gonna update you when I finish, and we'll see about how much I actually read in the 24 hours. Hey guys, so it is now in the evening and I finished If Only I Had Told Her. That also means that I've been reading 23 hours and 54 minutes. So I think we're just gonna call it a day. I have now been reading for about 24 hours. I feel like I've said most of like what I wanted to say about this book. Like, it was a little boring. It was very different from the first one, obviously. I think this book wasn't meant to be interesting. It wasn't meant to be entertaining. It was meant to be like closure to the first book. Like I've said, this is about grief, so I also think that this book was written to help people who have lost someone really close to them. Because I'm so lucky that I haven't, it was also very hard for me to connect to the things in this book where I really connected to the first one. So this book was not necessarily bad, it just wasn't like a 5-star read. Personally, I would give it like 3 stars. I would probably give it 3 stars, but I definitely understand some people really loving it, and I think some people could really connect to this book, and it could be a really, really good book. It was really, really nice to get some closure, to see what kind of happened after the tragedy from the first book, see where people are at and everything. So I did still tap the book quite a bit. I don't know if you can tell. But like I've said, I've now read for 24 hours, and these were the 4 books that I read. It was some really, really good books overall, and like in general, I feel like I'm in such a good like reading period right now. This was a really fun and different video from what I usually do. If you want me to try to do this video again, please tell me in comments, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, please subscribe to my channel. That would make me so happy. And yeah, like I said, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.